A mutual fund is what Robert would call a fake asset. If the end goal is to work for money, which essentially a job is, why on earth am I not being taught about money? Finance is the understanding of two main components. That's it. And those two components are School always said, be a good little student, do not make mistakes. You get good grades so you can go to a top tier graduate school. In college, you study hard and get good grades to get into a top tier postgraduate school. Once you're done with all the study in the world, you get a good job. Sounds familiar? Well, in my case, I did all of that. I was taught a lot of subjects and I learned a fair bit. But one question always popped in my mind. If the end goal is to work for money, which essentially a job is, why on earth am I not being taught about money? This is a fundamental question and one that remains unanswered for most people. Now, after spending a very long time trying to find the answer and having found one, I have decided to embark upon the journey to educate other people. This, my friends, is Finance 101. Everyone in India and perhaps elsewhere in the world as well is concerned with a higher salary and or working with a brand like MANG companies. Unfortunately, even such talented people don't have a clue on how money actually works. Their talent earns them a good salary, perhaps even financial freedom after spending a decade or so in the corporate world, but never time or location freedom, which is the real freedom. The reason is plain and simple. A job is essentially time traded for money. And more importantly, employees are the group that get taxed first, even before they receive their income. Therein lies the main issue. Finance is not about saving and investing in a well-diversified portfolio of equity, bonds, and ETFs. Finance is the understanding of two main components. That's it. And those two components are debt and taxes. This is what I picked up after listening to Robert Kiyosaki, one of my favorites in the finance wisdom space. YouTube, especially Indian YouTube, is filled with influencers talking about investing and how to set up a diversified portfolio and how it will protect and so-called secure your future. All of it is BS. All of it. Finance is not about saving and investing in a diversified portfolio. Finance is the understanding of money and using the knowledge to first attract more money and second, ensuring that least amount of it is taken away from you. The best way to understand money is to follow it. An average investor putting money in mutual funds is hoping to beat inflation and get a good return. Correct? Well, every month money goes away from your pocket into a so-called asset. At least that's what you believe. It's all a lie. And I know it's something very hard for most people to believe. That is precisely the intent behind the challenge. To challenge the conventional knowledge and open my audience's eyes to the real truth. A mutual fund is what Robert would call a fake asset. A mutual fund is a fake asset. So are stocks, bonds, ETFs, and savings. They are all derivatives. Mutual funds are loaded with fees that make the rich richer and you poorer. Insiders know this. Mutual fund investors put up 100% of the money. They take 100% of the risk, yet gain less than 20% of the profits. Remember, assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out of your pocket. Simple. By following this simple formula, you can always tell the difference between a fake asset and a real one. Fake assets are designed for bankers to get even richer, while the poor and the middle class who mostly invest in these fake assets, hoping for again so-called safety, which is a dangerous word by the way, are the ones who lose. The rich steal the wealth from the poor by using fake assets. Think about it logically. If I as an entrepreneur want to make money, I will have to provide you with some value, either as a product or as a service. The same is true for the so-called retirement plans. Imagine paying for something for 40 plus years, all the while the bankers are making all the money. The problem with content economy is everyone is influenced by the big words, so the so-called finance experts appear on YouTube teaching you how to become a crorepati on your 50,000 a month salary, while others are telling you how to save a few thousand rupees on taxes. That in reality, by the way, is never true. In India, the taxman will never leave you. Actually, that's the case with pretty much every major economy. My audience is primarily of young people, and this is my message to all of you. At your age, the biggest asset you have is time and energy, not money. Use this asset to understand money. Spend time to increase your income so you may shift from an employee to a small business and then to a sophisticated investor, the real investor who controls the asset. In my subsequent videos, I will teach the nuances of money and also how a middle class person can make money outside the traditional 9 to 5, especially in today's day and age. I will teach you not only ways to get financial freedom, but most importantly, time and location freedom. It took me 6 years to understand this, and I will share it with you. Now, if there is any specific topic you want me to cover, let me know in the comment section. If not, follow the channel for the real finance advice. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. This is where the real finance is taught, the practical finance. Take care of yourselves and your families. God bless us all. Thank you.